Good morning and welcome to day one of Dear Julie and Cara Brandon's fall collaboration for 2021. This is take 3 or 4 or 5 or can't remember. Anyway, this is the page that we're working with for Dearjuliejulie, and this is the page that we're working with Cara Brandon. Now, the first time I did this, I did it as a craft with me, but obviously you can't craft with me the second time because I've already done it and it's in my journal, in my folio. I am, as you've seen in the preview video, I am working on a folio, and this is the folio part. You got to see the cover. This is the folio part. So just making sure I'm still in frame. This is what I did with Julie's one of Julie's envelopes, and it opens like this, and it says simply blessed and grateful. And I took the little Library of Congress and 2 owls that I had from my stash and made a little journaling spot right at the very beginning of my album, just to put in there what the album's all about for whoever gets this, or if I end up keeping it. I'm looking at this, it's a folio, so I'm looking at it for being for October or November for like a gratitude journal or something along those lines. So this is the only part of this part of the folio that we'll be looking at today. So I'll get that out of our way. And then we're going into this part of the folio, which we'd also worked on in the first video that we no longer have access to. This is another sticker that I added. Incredibly thankful, always grateful, and so very blessed. I made a little collage of flinch card, and I did a bunch of these flowers in my Big Shot of burlap from the dollar store. Added a leaf and some little stamps from one of Dearjulie's flora and fall flora and fauna, and another little flower from one of the fairies or one of the recent kits of Dearjulie's. And this is from Cara Brandon's coordinating kit, and that is just a journaling card that will go inside here. And I made it so that it was longer, so that it would kind of cover what was here. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this down so you can see this part. This says, nature gives every time a season some beauties, every time and season some beauties of its own, Charles Dickens. And this is also from Cara Brandon, and this is a little tuck spot there too. Okay, so all of this we had done together. And it didn't record. Okay, so this is a little card I made, added some of Dearjulie's elements and some of Cara Brandon's elements to the top of that, and did the little chipmunk, and added some of Dearjulie's things. I'm just checking here to make sure we're still in frame. Did this on a, now this is a file folder that what I did is I took advantage of where the file natural spine was, and I cut out a whole bunch of tags right on that natural spine, and so they already have the spine cut. And I did these in my big shot by not, by having that out of range. I can't explain how I did it, but anyway, that line didn't cut. This is just some elements from Dearjuliejulies in a Hello Autumn. This part here I had actually cut out a little ticket out of the paper, so I backed it with some of the cardstock and then just put the Hello Autumn across there, so it's just a little journaling spot. This is actually a little belly band that you could put something behind there. This says, no spring nor summer beauty has such grace as I see in one octagonal face. John Donne. Now, this part of the folio is actually from a tutorial that I had done with Laura Denison from Following the Paper Trail. And so it's her, I will put a link below to her folio that this comes from. But this is pocket. There's a pocket here, and there's a pocket here, and then you can decorate it however you want. But I put a pocket across here, and this flips like this, and this flips like this. And there's two other sections to this folio, which we will see on days to come. But anyway, this just goes in here. Okay, so this is the section we're going to look at now. This was the paper stack that I got is called The Colors of Autumn. And they are from Recollections. I think a lot of the girls have that same stack. And I love the wood pile, so I put the little squirrel on it. And this little gray squirrel is from the page today from Cara, and this is from Cara also. So that's what I have to show you today. Oh, and this here is the negative. I just added it to this page. This is the negative of cutting out the deer on my big shot, and then I just added it to it as a you could also use it as a stencil, but that's, and then this just opens up and it's a pocket, but you also have those two pockets there. So that is what I have to show you today. I discovered that I do have one more thing that we could work on, because I discovered that I still have this card from Cara Brandon Creations that I hadn't done. So I was thinking of doing something with this. I'm just going to grab my okay. I just, oh, it's already out. Okay. Does that mean my ink is out as well? It is. Okay. Sorry about that. Just going to ink around these. This is Tim Holtz Distress Ink Tea Dye. I used to do everything in vintage photo, but I found it was just a little bit too dark, and I really like the tea dye. It's a little bit softer, I think. It just depends on your personal preference. I go back and forth. I still have the vintage photo. I've lost all my reinkers, so until I find them, I'm kind of limited in what I can use. This is just a ticket that I did from a really light file folder that I'd got at a thrift store, and I put it through my Big Shot and made the ticket. And I was just going to glue this down. If my gluing and everything looks funny, it's because I'm left-handed. So if I look like I'm doing everything reversed to everybody else, that's why. And it might just be that I'm shaky too. Could be. Okay. And then this is from Cara Brandon's, I think it's Field and something. It was a set that she had come out last fall, I believe. It was one of her earlier ones that she... I'll put a link to it too if I remember down below. I've got a few links I got to remember to put on. But I should have had this part done already, but I just decided to do this while I was on air. Okay, so then I'm just going to add this to this corner here. So I hope you're all having a good day and that you've had a chance to check out all the other submissions that everybody's been doing and that you're playing along. As I said, I'm doing an 8x10 folio. The video that got lost kind of explained why I did that. My background was doing mini albums. I never did 12x12 or 6x6 scrapbooking at all. That was never something I ever did. I completely did the mini albums. I kept Laura Denison and paper Kathy Kathy King, I think her name is now. I kept them in business for many years, buying tutorials. And I have cabinets in my living room on each side of the TV just full of mini albums that I did. I did 33 mini albums one year for Christmas for all the ladies in my life that had touched my life in some way over the years. And so I sent them all out, and some of them I didn't even as much as receive a thank you for, but that was kind of expected because some of them were going to people that were no longer that close to me, and Dean's family and that kind of thing, but I didn't want to leave them out because they had touched my life at some point. But others were very well received. But I had started in January, and it took the whole year till Christmas to get them done. And they're quite elaborate. One of these days I'll get some of my mini albums up on YouTube so everybody can see the kind of work I did. Okay, so that's kind of got that. I think I'm going to add a little bit of bling. Okay, for this. But, so I thought with this project being that we could do anything we wanted to do, I've never made a folio before, so I thought it might be kind of fun. So I started doing, I shouldn't say I've never made a folio. I've never made a folio since I started junk journaling, and the folios that I had done when I was with Laura Denison, they were mainly for photos. So I wanted this one to be kind of different, and when I started it, I was just following Laura Denison's pattern, and then I started watching one of Rosa Kelly, and decided that I wanted to do more than just that. And so I did I added part of her kit to it as well. And then, I don't know, I'm one of those cooks that I can never follow a recipe, and I'm one of those crafters that I can never do exactly the same as what somebody else does either. I have to put my own stamp on it. So I ended up taking it in a different direction and changed the insides of it quite a bit. So it's kind of got Rosa Kelly's kind of idea for the cover and some of the page structure. And it's got Laura Denison's one section of it, and then I kind of go off in my own direction for the other two sections. So anyway, we will cut the video there, and so I hope you'll drop by again, and I hope you will check out what everybody's doing and have a great day. And I hope that this video recorded this time. And we shall see, and hopefully we shall see you tomorrow. Bye now.